Let's read the problem below, then use what you learned about calculating surface areas of prisms to solve the problem. Mrs. Anderson wants to buy a glass greenhouse with the dimensions shown. The greenhouse will not have a floor. What is its surface area? Remember, it does not have a floor. Again, key information. Let's picture it. You can draw and label the dimensions of the faces of this prism. There's 6 faces. Okay, this pentagon, right? I'm going to color that, and I'm going to put the color here so you guys can see that. That's this pentagon with all its dimensions. They give you 12 feet, 10.5 feet, the whole height, 8 feet, the side, right? And then 6.5 feet, okay? And there's 2 of them, right? Let's look at the other faces. You got the 8 feet by 15 feet. So let's look at this. You got the 15 feet by the 8 feet, right? 8 feet, okay? And then again, there's 2 of them, right? One on the right side, one on the left side, right here, if you can see that. Okay, and let's use black as the last color. Okay. You have the 15 feet by 6.5 feet. 15 feet by 6.5 feet. So this is 15 feet by 6.5, right? Because that's 6.5. Can you see that? That's the other shape right there. But I'm going to actually draw it on this side so we can see it. Right? That's the side of the roof. And that's it. Because there is no floor. Will not have a floor. So there's all your 6 faces. 1, 2, 2 on the top, 2 on the side, and 2 in front and back. Okay? Let's model it. You can find the area of one of the bases by breaking into a rectangle and a triangle, right? Pentagon. So they broke it down for you. So now you should have the base times the height. Don't let this number confuse you. All right? The base times the height. Okay? Solve it. You can use formulas to find the area of each of the faces. Area of a rectangle with length L and width W. Okay, and then you have the area of the rectangle with length L and width, and then the area of the triangle with base B and height H, right? So you have the rectangle, sorry for the mess up here, and then you have the triangle. Let's connect it all. Again, we're gonna ask you to solve these 5 questions. Take your time, and when you're done solving them, unpause the video, and then you can check your work and your answers. Connected. Now you will use the models and formulas to find the surface area of the greenhouse. Question 10. Look at model it. Okay, how do you know the height of the triangle is 2.5 feet? Now if you go back in this video, you'll be able to see that again. Question 11. What is the area of one of the bases of the prism? Show your work and explain your reasoning. Question 12. Describe the other faces of the prism, including the dimensions. Question 13. If P represents the area of the front of the greenhouse, Q represents the area of the right side of the greenhouse, and R represents the area of the right side of the roof, what equation represents the total surface area, A, of the greenhouse? Solve your equation to find the surface area. And question 14. Explain how to find the surface area of any right prism. Again, pause this video. Take your time solving it. The answers are going to be revealed after you're done solving them. Then you can check your work or double check your work and make sure that you understand this. Let's look at question 10. How do you know that the height of the triangle is 2.5 feet? Well, we know that the height of the prism is 10.5 feet. Okay, and the height of a side face is 8 feet. Let's look at that. We have this information from the base all the way to the top is 10.5 feet, but we know that the side is only 8 feet. Therefore, how much is left? 2.5 feet, right? The difference between 10.5 and 8 is 2.5. So the height of the triangle, again, must be 10.5 minus 8, or 2.5 feet, 2.5 feet. Question 11. What is the area of one of the bases of the prism? Show your work and explain your reasoning. Well, the area is, the area of the triangle is, again, they didn't write out the formula, but I will. I hope you guys did. Assuming you would. So it's 1/2 times base times height. So area is 1/2. The base is 12. And the height is 2.5. And we just went over why the height is 2.5, right? The base is 12. The base is 12. And the height is 2.5 for a triangle. So we use the formula. There it is. Okay, and then they multiply it. 12 times 2.5 times 1/2 is 30. And then 30 times 1/2 gives us, just write it step by step, 15. So there it is. So we know that the area of the triangle is 15 feet squared. And then the area of the rectangle is 8 by 12. And again, look, 8 for the rectangle by 12, right? There's the formulas too. Always plug in the formulas, take your time. So you would do 8 times 12, which is 96. What do you think you need to do with 96 and 15? Okay, you add them up. And when you add them, you get 111 feet squared. There it is. So now we know the area of one of the bases. Remember, there's two of them, right? There's this base, and then it's opposite. So that's the front, then there's the back. Okay? Question 12. Describe the other faces of the prism, including the dimensions. Well, there are two rectangles that are 8 feet by 15 feet, and two rectangles that are 6.5 feet by 15 feet. And we went through that right here. Okay? And you should explain that that's the right side and left side is 15 by 8, and the top right roof and the top left roof is 15 by 6.5. Okay? And question 13. If P represents the area of the front of the greenhouse, Q represents the area of the right side of the greenhouse, and R represents the area of the right side of the roof, what equation represents the total surface area? A of the greenhouse. Solve your equation to find the surface area. Well, let's look at this. A area equals 2P. There's two of those, right? Front and back. Plus 2Q. There's two of those, right and left side. Plus 2R. Right? Right side of the roof and left side of the roof. And now we just plug in what we just found up here. So 2 times 111, because the area of this shape combined is 111, and there's two of them, correct? 2 times 120. Okay, think about that. 8 by 15. 8 by 15 is 120. Okay. And then 2 times 97.5, because 8 times, 15 times, excuse me, let me use a different color here. 15 times 6.5 is 97.5. And then you add them all up, and you get 657 feet squared. This one I did the math, and it's accurate. Let's look at question 14. Explain how to find the surface area of any right prism. One possible answer: find the area of each of the faces of the prism and add the areas to find the sum. Let's try it. Use what you just learned about calculating surface area to solve the problem below. Show your work on a separate sheet of paper. Question 15. Find the surface area the prism shown below. Include all faces, even the bottom. So again, key information. They're telling you to add the floor at the bottom. Okay, take your time on this. Pause the video. When you're done pausing, you can check your answer. Yeah, if you have any questions or concerns, we're going to break it down step by step. If you got 9,994, I believe we are correct. We're going to break this down right now, step by step. First thing we're going to do, remember, we need to find the area of each face and then add them up. Okay? So we're going to do this step by step. First off, let's name or number the faces actually. Let's do 1, 2, right? Because front, it has a back, okay? Let's do right side 3 and left side 4, if you can picture on the left side. Let's do top right roof 5, left right roof 6, okay, and then we have the triangle 7 and the opposite 8, and then guess what? We have the base. Let's use this color. 9. Okay, so there's 9 faces here. Let's start. Let me take this away. Excuse me. Let's start with face number 1 and 2, which is the front and left. All right, and I'm just going to use the color black right now. So yep, it's a 30 by, what do you think this length is? 20, right? 30 by 20. So if the area of the front, okay, is 30 by 20, I'm going to do the formula. Area of the front is 20 by 30. That means 20 times 30 is 600. So now we know the area of the front and the back, which is 600 times 2. So let me actually write that. There's 9 of them. Let me write it here. 2 times 600. We're done with that. Plus, right? Because we're going to add them. Okay? Let's do the right side, numbers 3 and 4. Let me erase 1 and 2 because I know we did them. 1, 2, erase. 3, again, it's a rectangle, and it's 82.25 by 20. Right? So area, it's a rectangle. So again, length times width, area. Or you can do base times height, but the length would be 82.25. Oops, sorry. Times the width, which is 20. And our answer here will be 1,645. So it's 1,645 square units. They don't give us the units, so we don't know if it's inches, feet, etc. Alright, so, and there's 2 of them, 3 and 4. So I'm going to take 2 and multiply by 1,645. Okay, plus, let's look at 5 and 6. Okay, let me erase 3 and let me erase 4. So now we're down to 5 and 6. Remember, it's the side of the roof. So again, this is a rectangle. It's 82 by 17. Can everybody see that? 82 by 17. So let's find the area of a rectangle. Again, it's length times width, and the length is 82.25 again times 17. and we get 1,398.25. That's the side, the right side of the roof, and there's two of them. So we're going to multiply by 2 times 1,398.25. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's erase this. So now we're done with 5 and 6. Oops, let me do that again. 5 and 6 is done. We're not done with 9. Let me put 9 back in. Now let's do 7 and 8. Let me erase that so we can not get confused with the numbers that's given. 7, remember this is a triangle, right? Okay. The base is 30. First off, formula for a triangle. Okay. 1/2 times base times height. Again, you don't need to remember all these formulas. They're on your reference sheet. And now let's do this out. We don't have the area. 1/2. The base is 30, right? 30. So the base is 30. And the height is 8. 30 times 8 is 240. Right? Times 1/2 will give us 120. So now we know there's 2 of them, right? So we're going to still do 2 times 120. There's 7, right? And then there's 8 on that side. And oops, sorry about that. And now we'll do the last one, which is the floor. Because it says include all faces, even the bottom. Reading directions is extremely important. And this looks like it's 82.25, yep, by, right, 30. Can everybody see that? It's by 30. So let's do that out. So we're going to do area equals length times width, right? That's a rectangle. And area is, length will say 82.25, put on parentheses, times 30. And when you multiply them, you get 2,467.50. Okay, so we're going to add that here. 2,467.50. And there's only one of them, right? And that's why you now multiply 2. Well, I'm not. You shouldn't either because there's only one floor. And now let's add all these up and see if we get 9,994 square units. They don't give us the units, so we say square units. Let me take this away so we can do the math. Let's use the color red. 2 times 600 is 1,200. Remember, this is for the surface area. We could say A, but I like to say SA, surface area. Plus 2 times 1,645 is 3,290. Plus 2 times 1,398.25 will give us 2,796.50 or 0.5. Plus 2 times 120 is 240. Plus the 2,467.50. If you're not sure what I just did, you can check. You can check the work yourself. You can even use a calculator, which I did, and then double check if I did this correct. And now we're going to add all these values. And then when you add all these together, you can use my calculator. You do get 9,994, and then obviously it's square units. Okay. Hopefully this helped. Again, if you're stuck at anything, you can always go back in this video and recheck what we did and try to understand it. If not, you can ask me.